Hey, Malcolm, welcome back. First of all, what does this honor mean to you to come back like this?
I think it's an amazing moment in my life right now, amazing moment in my family's life. I think it's a moment that speaks to everybody that sacrificed for me to get here. My mom, my brothers, and I think it's a moment that I think everybody around me should enjoy, not just me. It speaks to Coach Bennett. It speaks to my former teammates. So I'm grateful to have this opportunity.
First, Isaiah mentioned that you had your high school jersey retired. Was he messing with us, or is that?
He was serious.
He was serious.
Yeah.
What do you remember about that experience, and I guess how do you compare kind of having it happen and what's about to happen tonight?
It's similar, but it's to a different magnitude. That was a special moment for me, and this is too. It's just on another stage, on another level, and it's a huge accomplishment, and I'm thankful.
Andrew and then Hank.
Malcolm, over the years, have you had a chance to interact with Sampson or Singletary or some other guys that you're going to be joining tonight? Have you created a relationship with those guys, and what's it like to join those names?
First, it's a huge accomplishment to even be mentioned in the same, breath with those guys, especially Ralph Sampson. Specifically, I've gotten to know him really well. I've gotten to know Wally Walker well, Barry Parkhill well, and Sean well. So, I think after you graduate, you look back, and there's a certain camaraderie you develop with guys that have graduated and were similar positions. So I've had the opportunity to develop relationships with all of them.
Malcolm, I don't know if you've been back since you left, but it's probably pretty interesting for you to walk back into this building, and how emotional do you expect this to all be tonight for you?
Very emotional. If you know me, I'm not a guy that shows my emotions often. But just because I don't cry doesn't mean it's not touching me, doesn't mean it's not special and important to me. So I'm gonna enjoy it fully. I'm glad my family is here. I'm glad a lot of the people that have helped me get here are here. So it's definitely a special moment.
Malcolm, you mentioned Coach Bennett. Did you talk to him at all today? Has he said anything to you about your ceremony? What's he said?
I haven't talked to him today. I saw him yesterday at dinner and talked to him then. And he's just proud. He's he's a huge piece of why I'm here. I told him that I couldn't have gotten here without him. One of the best decisions of my life was picking him to be my head coach and to come to this university. And we have a special bond and special relationship. So I'm glad that I can have made an impact that I did, and he could have been my head coach.
Malcolm, what are your warmest memories from your playing career here and just your experience at Virginia in general?
I don't think many guys get to say that they were winners at their university. They won a lot of games, and I think I think my overall experience was one of changing a culture, changing a program, and learning how to win with a group of guys that were special and a group of coaches that were special. So. Specific moments, I'd say the shot at Pittsburgh that I hit, that's a specific moment for me that was awesome. And then winning an ACC championship with Joe and Akil and those seniors, that was awesome. And then just the runs in the tournament. We had some great runs, and although sometimes we fell short when we should have gone farther, those were amazing seasons regardless.
Malcolm, in your 5 years walking into this building, did you ever look up at the rafters at the numbers and think that you might one day be up there?
I thought there was a possibility that I could get up there, but I knew in order for me to get up there, I had to not focus on that. I had to focus on the right things, and that was winning games and being the person that I needed to be, and that's a person of character and someone that works hard on and off the court and is a good role model for those that look up to me.
Malcolm, of course, this is a special night for you, but you're also playing for the Bucks, an All-Star weekend, and you guys are going forward pretty strong in the East. Has this all just been kind of a blur, being here for the retirement of your jersey and playing for the Bucks as quickly as you have been?
It's a lot. There's a lot. This All-Star break has been a lot for me. There's a lot going on. but not for a second do I take it for granted for everything that's going on from the rookie sophomore game to this moment right here. It's a huge blessing, both of them. And this I think might be more. I think this is a bigger accomplishment than the All-Star Weekend for me. So leaving a legacy was something I really wanted to do at UVA, and I think I've accomplished that, and I can't be more grateful.
I was going to ask about NBA too, but how much did spending 5 years here kind of maybe better prepare you than if you'd left after 4 years for the NBA?
I think it helped me tremendously. I didn't know it after my 4th year when I was thinking about leaving early, but I had the right people in my ear telling me to stay, telling me to develop my game further, and telling me to finish my education. And I thought that was one of the best decisions that I've made, in my 24 years. So I couldn't be more thankful for those people that helped me make that decision, and I can't be more thankful to Coach Bennett and my teammates for making that year special enough to allow me to move on.
Malcolm, you've been kind of that leader, the face of the program for this team. This is now London's kind of turn to do this. Have you talked with him throughout the year, maybe particularly this last week or so, and what have those interactions been like, and how can kind of this team lean on him moving forward?
For sure. Me and London we talk, but he's not a guy that needs a lot of pep talks. He's a guy that is methodical and thoughtful in what he does and how he thinks. But every once in a while, I'll just say a few words to him to encourage him, to make sure his mind is right, because I know the load that he's taking right now is a lot. I know leading a team in the ACC, in the spotlight, on the stage every night, it's hard, it's tough, and you have to have mental toughness to do that, and you have to have perseverance. So, and I think he has all those things. That's why I think this team is going to be okay. Regardless of what's happened the last couple games, this team is going to be okay. They're going to bounce back, because that's what Virginia basketball is about.
Hey, Malcolm, we can't let you leave without asking you about your dunking on LeBron. And just your first few months in the NBA, just talk about that a little bit and how different it is from the college game to the NBA game.
Well, that moment specifically was pretty, amazing for me. It's one of those things that happens. You don't realize what you've done until you go back to the huddle and your teammates are acting crazy. But people remember my dunks, but I think overall, I've been able to adapt well to the NBA game. I think this system prepares you well for that. Even though the contrast is huge. It's very different. We play a slow, methodical game here at Virginia, and the NBA is fast-paced. You get up and down, and you're shooting the ball a lot faster. You're not using all the time on the clock. But here at Virginia, they teach you how to play the right way. And I think if you know how to play the right way, you work hard, and you don't have an agenda and you want to win, then I think you're going to be okay. And I've been able to land in the right spot. The Bucks have been the perfect organization for me. Jason Kidd has been a great coach for me, and I have teammates that involve me in everything that's going on, and they don't treat me like a rookie. They treat me like one of their older guys that can really contribute. So I've really lucked up.
Okay, we'll take one last question right here.
All right, you've always been a fan favorite here for people at Virginia. Any game this season you can see number 13 Bucks jersey or you dunking on LeBron. Have you felt that support continue? I know you're not much of a social media guy, but have you felt the Virginia presence and the fans follow you to Milwaukee?
For sure. In every stadium I play in, there are Virginia people. Virginia alum are everywhere. That's one thing I have realized. They're all over the country. So I see them everywhere. I always make sure to at least wave and acknowledge them if I see them, if I see a jersey on. So, I mean, I really appreciate the support, everybody that shows up to the games. And, I couldn't have done it without the fans and the people that have loved me and support me. And, I continue to appreciate everything they're doing.